Good morning. You're still watching the Breakfast Show on Business Day TV, and this is Business Morning segment on the morning show. I am Destiny Momoh. Thank you for starting your day with us. Now let's move on to the first conversation for today. Talking about economic significance of Nigeria's hospitality industry. Nigeria's hospitality industry continues to stand out as one of the country's fastest growing sectors, with a strong impact on the national economy. Now, this industry covers hotels, restaurants, event centers, and other service providers that support tourism and business activities. Experts say the sector contributes significantly to Nigeria's gross domestic product, creating thousands of jobs and stimulating economic activity through tourism, leisure, and related spending. Now, growth in the industry is being driven by a rising economy, expanding global consumer purchasing power, and even rapid technological advancements that are transforming service delivery. Despite these gains, the sector faces challenges such as regulatory hurdles, infrastructure deficits, and intense competition. Joining us to unveil this fast check is Michel C. Agu. He's a media and hospitality consultant and the MD CEO, Trix Motion Limited. Good morning, Mr. Mitchell.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you so much. Now, how would you assess the hospitality industry's overall contribution to Nigeria's GDP?
Yeah, so far so good. The hospitality industry has really contributed immensely to the Nigerian GDP in various aspects of different professional areas. Because gone before now, there's nothing called Airbnb, and gone before now, there's nothing called service apartments. It's just hotels. So hospitality industry cut across the entertainment industry as well, cut across lounge, cut across restaurants, cut across nightclubs. And so the federal government of Nigeria has done so much impact in putting a lot of measures in place in terms of security and then in terms of supporting the giving out loans to a lot of investors to come up with a new good infrastructure and good facilities in the country. Now, how is contributed to Nigerian economy GDP is that a lot of during last year December we did what they call holiday in Nigeria. A lot of people came from abroad. A lot of people come from different countries. A lot of Nigerian diaspora came with billions of dollars to come and spend in Nigeria, all of this with their families. And families really enjoyed the company of their brothers and sisters like God. So when you have a good government in power, when you have security, then it's going to increase, your GDP is going to increase in the area of hospitality. So it's done a lot in the area of employment. A lot of Nigerians are getting employed through all these mediums, through all these hotels, and through all these places. So nightlife has really increased in Nigeria. The areas like Lagos, Owerri, Port Abuja. Abuja is street, Lagos is street, Owerri is fantastic when it comes to nightlife. So it's really a plus for Nigeria in this
Oh wow,
area. So
that's nice.
It's a good development. Yeah.
Now, in what ways has the sector created direct and indirect jobs for Nigerians?
Yeah, in the area of employment, there's been a lot of massive employment for Nigeria in the area of employment. Like I said earlier, gone are the days where your people cannot get opportunity to be employed, so they just roam around the streets. But now, with mixology, you get a good job in working in the bar. Restaurant attendants get a good job in restaurant. And every hotel has all these departments now. The bar, the restaurant. If you're a dry cleaner, you get a good job in the hotel because there's a laundry department. If you're housekeeping, if you're somebody who loves to clean, you get a job in a hotel as a housekeeper or a public area cleaner. Like a cook, for instance, people get a lot of good jobs. You tend to cook good food and people enjoy the food. So you get a good job in the hotel. So security, the area of security is always been a massive requirement. A lot of hotels are building good security in the area of even police patrol, military patrol, So there's been a lot of positive impact. There's been a lot of positive impact, and that is a plus for that. So,
All right.
in that aspect, it's positive.
Okay, so can the hospitality industry be seen as a reliable driver of economic diversification beyond oil?
In this aspect, I'm going to tell you no, and I'm also going to tell you yes, because hospitality industry caters for broad broad part of the country. A lot of people benefit from it because if you're a traveler, for a lot of tourist attraction, a lot of people coming into the country, the only first place to go to is to lodge in a hotel or go to hospitality areas. Now, the issue here is that oil is a natural resource which they don't quantify it. They have their in and out, they have their positive, they have their differences. So oil is something that is different, it's a natural. But the hospitality industry is an investment. Do you understand? It's an investment that you have to decide to develop that area. You have to develop it. It's a personal, individual, it's an individual business. But for oil, it's a natural resources which governments need to tackle and go into uh, creative, creative industries to make that oil become high value to expand the country.
Okay.
But for hospitality industry, it's an individual, it's individualizing, it's individual business. It's a personal business, you understand? But I'm still going to touch on that later.
Okay.
Why the difference are so enormous and so large and so big. Why you can't remove one for one.
Yeah.
Two separate, they are two separate entities, two separate things in time.
So now what key factors are actually fueling the growth of Nigeria's hospitality industry as of today? What key factors are fueling the growth?
Yeah, security is a major factor because if the country is secure, a lot of investors, a lot of expatriates, a lot of tourist people are going to come into the country to come and enjoy the facility that what I'm saying. I, for one, I have a property in Imo, for instance. It's not making any impact because there's insecurity. You understand?
Yeah.
I have another one in Anambra where I built for with so much when I came back from America. Because I thought going home to set up something for myself, but being the best joy of my people. You understand?
Yeah.
So since I've set it up, the project went over 400 people. I've not even made 50, I've not even made 1 million since then. So imagine that when people in Lagos that set up a property in Lagos, it's even just 100 million or 50 million. They make not less than 5 to 10 million every day. You see the difference? So security plays a larger role,
Wow.
plays a bigger role in making hospitality hospitable.
All right.
Because if you're traveling out, for instance, you want to go into an hotel. So when you come into Nigeria, everybody wants to come into Lagos. They want to come into Abuja because these places are secure. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So these are the factors that can really affect the growth of hospitality in the country. You understand? And then when you see what fuels it the most, is because the country is secure. So when these parks are secure, investors come in. So you can even call in an investor in Mexico and say, oh, I would like you to come and invest in my country. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm already coming because the money is not the problem here. It's just people, investors look for vacant land, they look for secure places, to put in an impact. So if there is no security, then the second factor that fuel the hospitality industry is electricity. It's electricity. So a lot of hotels close down because of cost of operational expense. You understand expenses.
Okay.
So if you have an hotel and there's no all the time running on diesel, but the advantage here is that is part of what we're introducing to a lot of hotels. Alternative energy. We sell solars, like my hotels runs on solar. So that's why I'm not worried. So because if it's running on generator, whether you make money or not, you're still going to send millions of money to buy diesel. Do you understand? But because I put solar in my hotels, so I don't really worry. So when we make money, we sell to make money, we're good. You understand?
Yeah.
So electricity plays a larger role in the hospitality industry. It fuels the hospitality industry because the cost of spending on diesel alone can actually cause you to liquidate, it can actually cause you to close up. The cost is enormous, it's big, it's massive. So because whether you like it or not, it must be light from morning till night. You have customer not so these things these are things that fuel the hospitality industry. And another thing I can talk about is manpower and professionalism. So a lot of us actually study this thing outside the country. I used to be a member of the Alliance Management, where we travel around the world to sell franchise of hotels, buy franchise, take over your hotel, run it for a while.
Okay.
Professionalism, make it to professionalism.
All right, so very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to cut you on that, but now very quickly, how has technology shaped service delivery and competitiveness in this sector?
Yeah, technology is the key thing. Right now, you can write a mail without even typing word. Just tell AI what you want, it's going to type it for you. Currently, this is when we used to work with on it, and everything is analog. Right, and everything is computerized. From the gate, I'm supposed to when we introduce AutoCAD, CAPA, AutoCAD, entry packet, AutoCAD, entrance. A lot of people in Nigeria thought it was just a waste of time.
Okay.
Now, when you go to a hotel, you go to ShopRite, you don't need to talk to anybody. You just tap your stuff on the machine. It prints out the card, so you go in. When you're coming out, you know the time. So also this also secure. It's also bringing in security. So technology has become is massive. Like now, all the hotels has a CCTV. So when the crime happens, you can be able to just check the CCTV, and so you can drop your phone on the restaurant. I was managing an hotel in Lagos, in Lekki. It's called Blue Atlantic. One of the best and one of the super wonderful, well organized hotel in Nigeria. It's called Blue Atlantic. It's in Lekki, just by close to the city. Now there was one incident that happened. Some people came from the US and then we had a restaurant. And after some days, they said we lost it. That is the gold chain that was given to her. This gold chain was left at the restaurant. And the manager of GT nearly fired all in the restaurant. Be professional.
Oh, wow.
No, you can't do that. You have to go to the camera, watch the camera, the gift was given to her. After the gift was given, we watched it. And then it happened that she took stuff to her room. Do you understand? She took it to her room. But she was saying she left it at the restaurant. But that was the day she saw it. At the end of the day, she went to her room, searched everywhere, and found it. So technology is a key to any developing country and any developed country. And the area of having a robot to patrol at night with a camera So we're selling that right now because I just finished seeing with you what a Chinese company that we're going to bring that into some hospitality industry. Right now we're using at Apple. So when you at night, the robot patrols like a cat, like a very small robot. The patrols, but it has a camera. So it goes around while we sit down and watch a camera in the office and it goes wrong. So this technology. Now when you get to the counter, you can book a room and you can. So there's a software that we're already building from the airport. You can actually check into your hotel room. You don't need to come to the hotel and see the place of receptions. So very soon the hotels are going to start doing the receptions. So you book your room, you check in. Do you understand? You book your room, you check in. So you get to the hotel, you just check.
So in other words, you've just made us understand the importance of technology in hotels, in terms of security and all of that one. I want to thank you very much, Mr. Mitchell, for being a part of Business Morning this morning to expose how it is that Nigerians can, increase the economy through the hospitality business. Thank you so much for your time. We would have gone asked you more and more questions, but the audio coming from your end, it's a little bit, restricted. But nevertheless, we'll have you some other time. Thank you for joining us.
I'm not in Nigeria right now, so I'll be coming back to tomorrow.
It's
so
fine. It's fine. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful
day. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're still watching Business Morning on the breakfast show of BusinessDay Television. We will be right back after this break. Stay with us. You're welcome back to Business Morning segment on the breakfast show. Now let's move on to our second conversation for today, talking about PWDs. Now, driving inclusion and growth in Nigeria's economy. Persons with disabilities are steadily becoming a vital part of Nigeria's economic growth story, contributing across sectors despite facing systemic barriers, with an estimated 27 million Nigerians living with one form of disability or another. Experts say the group represents not just a social category, but a significant economic force. From entrepreneurship and innovation to the arts, education, ICT, and agriculture, PWDs are breaking stereotypes and proving that ability, not disability, drives productivity. And according to advocacy groups, thousands of small, medium-scale enterprises, SMEs in Nigeria, are owned or co-managed by PWDs, generating jobs and income within their communities. In recent years, tech-savvy youths with disabilities have also made notable strides in the digital economy, leveraging remote work opportunities in areas such as software development, online content creation, and even digital marketing. These contributions not only foster financial independence, but also expand Nigeria's participation in the global gig economy. Now, as Nigeria continues to diversify its economy, PWDs are demonstrating daily that inclusion fuels resilience and that when empowered, no group is too small to shape the nation's economic destiny. Joining us to prove how industrious PWDs have been economically is Dr. Chike Okogwu, a leading disability rights advocate, strategist, and also a political leader in Nigeria. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Destiny. Good morning, Nigeria. Destiny, please, can you allow me to sing a song for you?
No, sir.
Destiny, I look at me calling Destiny.
Thank you so much for that, sir. It's so good to have you on, sir. So on economic contribution, how would you describe the current role of persons with disabilities in Nigeria's economy?
Once again, I thank you and good morning, Nigeria. The role of persons with disabilities in Nigeria, in Nigeria politics and everything. It was, I want to quote my former teacher in Harvard, Professor Marshall Gant, who says, and I quote, that there are three phases of power. The first phase of power, which is your face, like your human face, is the master-servant relationship. This is from his work, Power and Powerlessness. The first phase of power is the master-servant relationship, which is where we were as persons with disabilities before the act was signed. When the act was signed, it brought us to the second phase of power, which is about sitting on the table to discuss, coming inside the room. And then we're in the third phase of power after the act has been signed, which is the allocation and distribution of resources. 35 million persons with disabilities in Nigeria is a huge number. You know my personal story.
Yes.
I was going to the Abuja airport in December of 2006 when I survived a car crash that left me paraplegic since then. Has this stopped people from becoming disabled? No. Other forms of disabilities exist. The numbers are growing by the day. In fact, in Nigeria today, with the economy 10 years ago, 1.5 million naira could give you 10 million, 1.5 million naira could give you $10,000. Today in Nigeria, 1.5 million naira cannot even give you $1,000. What does that tell you? More people have become financially disabled. True or false?
True.
So, what are persons with disabilities brought to the table, and what are we bringing to the table? We're bringing creativity. We're bringing innovation. We're asking, you call us special people because we think out. In fact, we don't only think outside the box. You know me personally too, my dear.
Yes, sir.
You can tell that I don't think as if there is a box. In fact, the box does not exist.
True.
And if we can bring our creativity, I will quote the University of Wisconsin report on disability that says opportunities, responsibilities, and empowerment are the three core mantras that drives a person with disability. I added a C to it to make it core in my own research work. Courage, opportunities, responsibilities, and empowerment, CORE. Those are the core that drives a person with disabilities. So with courage, we bring courage to the table. We take opportunities as they come. We create responsibilities for ourselves. We don't even wait for people to give us empowerment anymore.
Sure.
We try to create the level playing ground for empowerment. All we're asking for is for government and whoever is in charge to do the empowerment. And that is why I am in the ADC, as you announced me as the ADC National Leader, the National Leader for Persons with Disabilities. Yes. We're going to do things differently in ADC. And you can tell that politics authors too, like Max Weber, in his work, Politics as a Vocation, says there are two types of politicians, those who want to gain from politics and those who want to use politics for the betterment of others. True. We cannot be outside of the room anymore. We have to mainstream and be part of the political process. You know my background too with the Westminster Foundation for Democracy. We conducted in my NGO, Center for Ability, Rehabilitation and Empowerment, the research that indicated that persons with disabilities have been left out of the political system. We did an audit report of all political parties in Nigeria, and it was damning. We have made recommendations for minimum standards, and these are the reasons why I am in politics, so that politics will no more be transactional as it is. It will be transformational. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So now, in what sectors are PWDs making the most significant contributions as of today?
I would say entrepreneurship. Okay. We say entrepreneurship. Yes, entrepreneurship is one of the, because why do we say entrepreneurship? The law says that at least 5% of jobs should be reserved for persons with disabilities. Sure. But you will agree with me that in Nigeria, there are laws, but they are not meant for us. Nobody is respecting those laws. Their life cannot be lived in a vacuum. We have to survive. We have to create. So entrepreneurship starts from, it starts from weaving of crafts. You know, all those handcrafts, to tailoring, to shoemaking, to IT. The person who is handling my IT solutions, Janet Nweze, Janet Momoh is a person with disabilities. I have Wahid, who is a person. These are IT whiz kids, you know. I have Odun, who is even visually impaired. He's doing a fantastic job with my IT solution. So entrepreneurship, we just need to. Abdul is also there. Sorry, Abdul, I didn't mention. Abdul is also there. He raised his hands up too. So these are all the things that we do, and we're launching a new platform for persons with disabilities where we encourage them to swim with the tide, not against the money tide in Nigeria. What are we saying? Imagine a handcraft that they sell for 500 naira, okay, 2,000 or 5,000 naira in Nigeria, putting it on Amazon or Alibaba and all those places where they earn $10. You see that the conversation has changed. So with technology, we're promoting PWDs to be able to earn more in foreign currency, so that when they convert it to naira, their pockets are full. So yes, we are doing much in IT. We're doing much in production, even agri. You recall that I also run a farm. Some of them are into agri, poultry farming, proper agriculture, planting of seedlings and all that. We employ people to do the hard work for us whilst we do the smart work. So in a nutshell, we bring the smart work to the table and others do the hard work.
Now, how do issues like discrimination, inaccessible infrastructure, and also lack of credit facilities actually affect economic participation for PWDs?
This is one that strikes the heart. It goes straight direct into the heart. It's an arrow you just shot into our heart. Why did I pause? Because I paused because we have been doing what we want to do, pushing and advocating, and thank you for this opportunity. We're still talking about it. Every time you hear government announce empowerment and all that, the medium and small MSME things and all that, you will notice that PWDs are the least involved. It is tough. The central bank at the time announced that they were going to be giving loans and grants and all that. It didn't work. We have not seen any of that. It's not been. It's been in the working for over 10 years. I attended a meeting in central bank, and they were asking and saying that we don't pay back loans at PWD, and they have a moral burden of going after people, PWDs that take loans. And I said, how can you give loans to a person who is already disadvantaged? What of the grants that you give people?
Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? We've been talking to Dr. Chike Okogwu. He's a Harvard strategist and also the leader of PWDs in the ADC. We'll be right back after this break to see if we can still continue with the conversation. Stay with us.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, welcome back to Business Morning here on the Business Day Breakfast Show. We're talking to Dr. Chike Okogwu before the break. Now, Mr. Chike, welcome back. As a leader in the disability community, what is your vision for greater economic empowerment of PWDs over the next, let's say, decade? Can you hear me, sir? Apologize for the break in transmission, and that's where we will end today's edition of Business Morning in Business Day Television. Thank you for joining us. I am Destiny Momoh. Good morning.